from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Welcome, Brainiacs. I am your host, Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics. Every week we bring you a curated list of comics and graphic novels that will be going to print next week and are scheduled to hit the shelves as soon as 4 weeks from now. We are here today to share this info and give you one final chance to subscribe and or special order before Sunday, May 19th at 5 p.m. Green Brain Comics and Final Order Report are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com. Mobile apps available for Android and iPhone. Start up an account online or sync up to your existing account. Order and pay securely online. And make sure you never miss an issue. I'll be using Comichub today to show you items from this week's Last Call. Pardon me, where we are. There we are. Once you sign in, you see the following banners, aside items. That's everything that is in store waiting for you to purchase and pick up or ship. And under the green banner is Shop Coming Soon. That's everything that we will be looking at today. Once you click through there, you'll see the following carousels that rotate left to right. The top one is preview pages from upcoming books, some of which we may be looking at today. Below that is the Last Call for Final Order Cutoff carousel. This is the one that we will be focusing on. Below that is next Wednesday's items. That's everything that's hitting the shelves on Wednesday, May 22nd at Green Brain Comics. Below this is a bunch of new carousels for event crossovers. We have top one is Absolute Power. That's the big summer event from DC Comics. Then we have House of Brainiac, Infinity Watch, Blood Hunt, Deadpool Wolverine Weapon Extraction, and the final parts of the Fall of the House of X are all carouseled here. Let's get back up to Last Call for FOC. Once you expand that, you'll see now you're scrolling bottom to top, and you also have filters for all the alphanumeric options available, as well as filters for publisher, category, brand, etc. Now that you got the basics of Comichub, let's jump right in with some options for younger readers. First up today for younger readers is Rocko's Modern Life. This is a collection of the material produced by Boom Studios a good 10 years ago now, including work from a bunch of different creators, Ian McGinty, Anthony Birch, Mattia DeMeo, and Ryan Ferrier, with this cover by Ian McGinty. Next up, we got the Cuphead graphic novel volume 3, Colorful Crack-Ups and Chaos. This is from Studio MDHR and Zach Keller, with art by Sean Dickinson. Classic old-timey animation designs on this comic inspired by the video game Cuphead. This is one of our best-selling graphic novel series over in the middle grade reading section, and you'll be sure to see this on the shelf. Next up, we have a pop-up book for younger readers, Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. Julie and the Blue Guitar, The American Girl Mysteries Across Time from IDW Publishing. Casey Gilly writing and art by Filia Hanakata, who also did that cover. Then we have a Moomin Adventures. There it is, from Tove Jansson and Lars Jansson. Published by Drawn and Quarterly. This is 312 pages for $22.95. This is so much material. It's awesome to have it all in one new softcover format. And then we have Quinelope and the Mystery of the Missing Moon by H.F. Brownfield and Kayla Coombs. This is perfect for fans of Dogman and Investigators from Oni Press. Quinelope. Yeah, where are we next? Next up, I Am Katara, a little golden book from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And finally, we have Night Stories, Folk Tales from Latin America. This is a graphic novel published by Toon Books, 48 pages for $11.99 in a very nice hardcover, I assume, from Creative Studio Lignée, with an introduction by David Boles. And that's it for stuff for young readers. Next up, let's look at some manga. Just a few things in manga this week. From Dark Horse Comics, this is Ruthless Render, Volume 1 from D.D. Mark. This is an incredibly popular webtoon series by D.D. Mark in print for the first time. Available on October 30th, well in advance of this order, but if you're interested, get your order in at your local comic shop. And last but not least, this is Vinland Saga, hardcover volume 3 from Kodansha Comics and Makoto Yukimura. This collects volumes 7 through 9 of the Japanese edition of the Vinland Saga, featuring all the content of the original release, plus new and exclusive bonus illustrations, interviews, and behind-the-scenes details never before translated. That wraps up manga for this week. There's lots more on Comichub. Check that out for lots more manga. Next up, we have original graphic novels. This is, first thing here is from Fair Square Comics, writer Miriam Carnouche, with art by Sam Rapley. Tunis to Sydney. Then J and K from John Pham and Fantagraphics Books. 160 pages for $19.99, available on June 26th from John Pham. And over at Mad Cave Studios, they bring Birdie Willis and Ashley Taylor's graphic novel Of Her Own Design to print, with this cover by Fiona Marshbank. And then we have Lucky Caps. This is a new graphic novel from Silver Sprocket and cartoonist O. Stevens. Lucky Cap Scouts are a series of mystery box figurines, each with their own unique design and personality. When Checkers was unpacked and came alive in their new home, they had no idea about the variety of experiences that existence had to offer. There are point-and-click video games, new food to taste, friendships and other scouts, and of course, the existential dread. Always the existential dread. Join Checkers and the Scouts as they figure out life outside the box, printed with a spot gloss cardstock cover, and includes a sticker sheet of Scouts in the back of the comic. Oh, you can always depend on Silver Sprocket to make it fun. 40 pages for $9.99. This is Lucky Cap Scouts. And also from Silver Sprockets. This is a queer horror romance comic set amongst the dim lights and graceful bodies of a nocturnal dance house in a world where appearance and performance are paramount. This is Skin Deep, a one-shot from Flo Woolley, 32 pages for $9.99 from Silver Sprocket. That wraps up original graphic novels. Let's slide on over to trade paperbacks. First up, we have Count Crowley. This is volume 3 of the series, collecting the recent miniseries, Count Crowley, Mediocre Midnight Monster Hunter, by writer David Dasmalchian and artist Lucas Kettner. And then we get a new deluxe edition hardcover of the 100 Bullets miniseries Brother Lano, featuring the connecting covers by Dave Johnson that continued this series, that continues the prior 100 Bullets deluxe edition covers. There it is. From Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Rizzo, and cover artist Dave Johnson. And Detective Comics comes out with not one, but 2 softcover volumes reprinting the very popular Ram V run from the series called Gotham Nocturne. This volume called Overture, collecting issues 1062 through 1065, and volume 2 collecting through 1069. This is Act 1 of Gotham Nocturne from Ram V, with art by Hayden Sherman and beautiful covers by Evan Cagle. Yeah. Also from DC Comics, we have Deceased, the graphic novel, Volume 5, War of the Undead Gods, written by series writer Tom Taylor, with art by Trevor Harrison. This collects the third and final installment of the War of the Undead Gods. Then we get to a new printing of Elseworlds Batman. This features Batman Holy Terror, Batman the Blue, the Gray, and the Bat, Robin 3000, Batman Dark Joker the Wild, Batman Houdini, the Devil's Workshop, Batman Castle of the Bat, Batman in Darkest Night, and Batman Dark Allegiances, collecting a whole bunch of Elseworlds material, 536 pages for just $35. That's a deal. Check it out. We've got more exciting Elseworlds news for you later in the show. Also from DC Comics, we have a collection of Fire and Ice, Welcome to Smallville, issues 1 through 6, and the backup story from Power Girl Special, written by Joni Starer, with art by Natasha Bustos, and this beautiful Rachel Dodson and Terry Dodson cover. Then we get a Green Lantern War Journal, Volume 1, Contagion, by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and artist Montos, with this Taj Tenfold cover, focusing on everybody's favorite Green Lantern, John Stewart, from Detroit. That's right. Over at Image, we get a Cobra Commander Volume 1, reprinting issues 1 through 5, in this regular version, and then we get a direct market version with a new cover by Andrea Milana. Also from Image, we get the Compendium Volume 1 of I Hate Fairyland, collecting issues 1 through 20, and the I Hate Image 2017 special. Wow, happy anniversary. 7 years ago? Wow, goes quick. From Scotty Young. We get Spend the Night Together from cult horror director Jackie Kong, and published by Kong Comics, with art by Alexandra Starling and Don Cardenas. Mad Cave Studios collects the 1987 Star Comics run of Defenders of the Earth by Stan Lee, Bob Harris, Mike Higgins, Alex Saviuk, and Fred Fredericks, with a new cover by Scott Chandler. Over at Marvel, we get a couple volumes worth pointing out. We get this Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 1 of Star Wars. This collects the Jason Aaron run, issues 1 through 14, along with the director's cut material, Star Wars Vader Down, and Darth Vader 13 through 15, which tied in with that Vader Down storyline. Featuring artwork by David Cassidy, Simon Bianchi, Stuart Immonen, you know what, let me just focus in here, Mike Diodato, and Salvador LaRocca. Wow, that's a lot of cool stuff. Star Wars Modern Era, Volume 1. And I Am Iron Man, collecting that miniseries by Morowe Ayadole and Dotan Akande, who I will be talking about some of their new material very soon as well. And that does it for trade paperbacks. Let's move right on over to new printings. Hey, it's Ain't No Grave #1, second printing from writer Scotty Young and artist Jorge Corona. That #1 just came out and apparently sold out at distro level. We still got some copies in the store, but if you're interested, here's your opportunity to order the second printing. Same goes for Gun Honey Collision Course #1, second print, with this Copic version of the Derek Chew cover. Avengers 14 gets a second print, tying in with that Blood Hunt, along with Blood Hunters #1, second print. It's a blood. Oh, I see. These are all blood splatter variants. Cool. So much blood. Doctor Strange 15, second print, blood splatter. Blood splatter on Dracula Blood Hunt #1. And Spider-Woman #7 gets a second print. There's no blood to be seen on this cover. Following the shocking revelations about her son's fate, Spider-Woman has returned to her old stomping grounds of San Francisco, and it sold so well. We need a new printing from Steve Fox and Iguara. Strange Academy Blood Hunt #1 gets that blood splatter second print. And Ultimate Spider-Man #3 gets a third printing with that new costume variant. And we still had time for another blood splatter variant of Vengeance of Moon Knight #5 gets a second print. That does it for new printings. Wow, we didn't even have any facsimiles this week. Tore through it. Next up is second issues. We get a second issue from the Amory Wars and the final arc, No World for Tomorrow. If you're interested in that, please get your orders in. Crocodile Black #2. That just debuted recently. That sold pretty well, from Philip Kennedy Johnson and artist Soam, with this Andrea Sorrentino cover. We get a #2 of Masters of the Universe Revolution. The official prequel to the Netflix series continues. This is the B cover with James Stokoe art. I want to focus in on this. Let's move in. Oh, James Stokoe, you're so good. So good. You draw skulls so fun. You're the winner. Next up, Batman 149. This is the Dark Prisons epilogue. Is it a second issue? No, not really. Did I want to point it out because it's probably going to be important leading into issue 150? Sure. So this is that. There's a bunch of variants for it too. Same thing for Nightwing. This is the second part of the Heartless Saga from Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. Ain't No Grave gets a second issue as well as a second print. This is fun. This is a beautiful Western book with horror all over it. Beautiful art. Spawn Monolith #2 of a 3-issue miniseries from Sean Lewis and Valeria Giordano. I'll get it. Whisper Queen number 2 from Chris Zdarsky and Chris Anka. Here we go, folks. This is Akogon, Brutalizer of Gods, number 2 from Muriwa Ayodele and Doton Akande. This art is beautiful, folks. Very cool series. Man, this really zooms in on that one. Yeah, check this series out. It's over in the fantasy section. Then we get a second issue of Gun Honey Collision Course with a new cover by Kendrick Kunka Lim. Black Panther Blood Hunt number 2 from Cheryl Eaton and Farid Karami. That's a nice cover by Andrea Sorrentino. Dracula Blood Hunt number 2. Ooh, nice cover by Rod Reese. Venom Separation Anxiety number 2 with a cover by Paulo Sequeira. Wolverine Blood Hunt number 2 with interior art by Juan Jose Reap. That's going to be bloody. And that does it for issue 2s. All right, moving right over into first issues. We got a new one-shot from Archie Comics. This is written by Sam Maggs with art by Lisa Sturl, who did this A cover. Wicked Trinity. Sabrina's magical nemesis, Amber Nightstone, and her sidekicks, Jade Kazani and Sapphire Gill, are intent on becoming the most powerful witches in the world. Isolated from so many around them, the three have formed a coven based on their individual needs for vengeance and true freedom. But when there is some dissent among the ranks, their small coven is threatened to be obliterated from within. It's Wicked Trinity one-shot from Archie Comics. Oh, we got a B cover by Sue Lee. Very nice. Then we get a new series from Boom Studios, Lawful number 1. And this one has got a trailer. Check this out. There it is, folks. Lawful number 1 from Boom Studios, Greg Pak and Diego Galinda. Cover A from Christina Khalida. And then we get a B cover by Miguel Mercado. Lawful number 1. It will be available on June 12th, but you can get your order in for any of these variant covers by Sunday, May 19th. Next up, we have the debut of New York Times bestselling author Neil Gaiman joining forces with Eisner-nominated Odora writer Mark Bernardin and Thief of Thieves co-creator Sean Martinborough to adapt Gaiman's Locus and British Fantasy Award-winning novel as a comic book series for the first time and soon-to-be television show on Amazon Prime. Anansi Boys, number 1. Yeah, from Neil Gaiman, Sean Martinborough, with this cover by David Mack on A B cover by interior artist Sean Martinborough. And a C cover by comics legend Dennis Cowan. Anansi Boys will be available on June 26th from Dark Horse Comics. Also from Dark Horse Comics, the new series Resident Alien, Book of Life, #1. The status for this world has now changed, and you should act accordingly. In this new series, everything does change for small-town alien in hiding, Harry Vanderspiegel. The latest mesmerizing resident alien outing from writer Peter Hogan and artist Steve Parkhouse sees Auntie Asta become Mother Asta, and Harry cosplays as Jason Voorhees before he makes a surprising plea to his home planet. If you love the comic, you'll totally dig this new series. If you love the sci-fi original series, you'll totally dig this new series. It's like the same thing that I just repeated for two different audiences. Resident Alien, the Book of Life, #1 will be available on June 26th. Get your orders in now. And then we get this very special foil UV, a raised UV foil variant for the upcoming big-time event comic Absolute Power over at DC Comics. This features art by Wes Craig of Deadly Class. It's beautiful. It will be available on July 3rd. They need a little extra ordering time to get this through the extra printing processes. Absolute Power #1 Wes Craig variant raised UV foil variant will be $7.99, and you should probably special order this because I'm probably not going to be ordering a bunch. Too much money. Next up, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, #1 of 12. The new age of Elseworlds kicks off with this return of its crown jewel, the mysterious and gothic world originated by Brian Augustin and Mike Mignola. When a mysterious meteor falls on the wide open plains of the Midwest, it unleashes a chain of events that finds Gotham's bizarre Batman contending with not just the twin threats of the Catwoman and the mysterious international assassin, but also the emergence of superhuman beings beyond all comprehension. For real? Ooh, I think that's all the variants? Yep, that's it. This is Batman Gotham by Gaslight. And before I go over the variants, we got a trailer for the big Elseworlds relaunch. Go! Ooh, dang, they're serious. DC Elseworlds, come on. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, #1 of 12, kicks off this new era of Elseworlds. Yeah. With this cover by interior artist Leandro Fernandez. We got a B cover by Kendrick Kunka Lim. Very nice. a Francesca Mattina cover on C, and a foil variant by none other than Jock, written by Andy Diggle, with art by Leandro Fernandez. It is Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. Next up, we have a DC Pride uncovered one-shot. So this features art by Jen Bartel, Phil Jimenez, Jim Lee, Joshua Swaby, David Tuleski, Babs Tarr, Chris Anka, and others in this essentially art book, a pinup book of cover art from all of the different DC Pride initiatives that they've had over the years. Also features, I think it has a couple articles and other. Yeah, so it's got this A cover by Jen Bartel, a B from Oscar Vega, very nice. This Luciano Vecchio cover, and a foil variant of the Jen Bartel cover. Ooh, and this cover G from Matthias Manhanini. That's beautiful. Wow. This is DC Pride Uncovered #1. It's a one-shot art book available on June 11th for $5.99. Probably $4.99 for the A cover too. Here we are. We are in the summer of Godzilla, folks, and we get a new sequel to the Godzilla Here There Be Dragons miniseries from IDW, written by Frank Thierry with art by Inaki Miranda, who also did this A cover. A sequel to last summer's Smash miniseries, the team reunite to explore the conspiracy that led to Sir Francis Drake hiding his treasure on Monster Island. What was he thinking? Who are the sons of giants, and what is their mission? Most importantly, what is their connection to Godzilla and the other monsters? This 5-issue miniseries shows us how it all came to be, how Godzilla was discovered by the leaders of the world, and how it changed history forever. This is Godzilla Here There Be Dragons, Volume 2, Sons of Giants, from Frank Thierry, Inaki Miranda, who did this A cover, and a B cover by Gavin Smith. That's pretty cool. A little off model, but cool. Yeah. Good times. Available on June 26th. Also from IDW, Star Trek Annual 2024 from creators, let's see, Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, in this latest installment of the Eisner Award-nominated series, featuring acclaimed art by Rachel Stott, who did this A cover, and then we get a B cover from Ramon Rosanas. And over at Image Comics, we get a sequel to the very popular miniseries from Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard. This is Plastic, Death, and Dolls, #1. Here we go. Everyone's favorite serial killer has returned. Learn how Edwin came to his first kill at 10 years old, and how that set him on a blood-soaked path of decapitations, sporks, and dolls on his way to find the one true love of his life. A sex doll named Virginia. We got covers, folks. We got covers from Daniel Hilliard, also from Daniel Hilliard, and from Melissa Poliucha. This is Plastic, Death, and Dolls, #1, available on June 12th. Get your order in for any of these variants. Next, we get this first of 4 issues from Cliff Rathburn called Remote Space. The year is 2450. Earth is dying. The human species has gone down 2 different evolutionary paths. One, cybernetic augmentation to adapt to space travel. The humans left behind used genetic manipulation to adapt The humans left behind used genetic manipulation to adapt to Earth's worsening climate. For Earth to survive, civilizations need to collide. From Cliff Rathburn, whose credits include some fantastic inking work on Walking Dead. Looking forward to some very cool space horror in Remote Space #1. Also from Image, we get Rifters #1, written by Joe Troman and Brian Posehn, with art by Chris Johnson. Cover your children's ears. Please saran wrap your ass, because you're about to projectile shit yourself right into the wild world of Rifters, where Time Cop collides with time and order. Law and order, filtered through the stupid McSmarts-a-lot Einstein lens of Mr. Show. This is co-written by Joe Troman with art and Brian Posehn, with art by Chris Johnson, and this A cover, and also we get a B cover from Michael Avon Oeming, and a C from Tony Moore, the original artist of Walking Dead. Over at Mad Cave, we get this far-flung, thrilling future comic of the 41st century. It's Galaxy of Madness 1 of 10. From Michael Avon Oeming and Magdalene Visaggio. It's got this Michael Avon Oeming cover, a B cover from Paulina Gunasho, and that's it. 2 covers. All right. Next up from Titan? Yeah, this is from Titan Comics. High on Life #1, the debut comic based on the hit game from Squanch Games. The bounty hunter has become the hunted. Though they restored peace to the cosmos by killing Garmontuous, there's no rest for the bounty hunter when a brutal new threat to humans shoots its way into the scene. Armed with plucky and determined Harper and the rest of the Gatlian gang, this series will take them on an explosive, twisting adventure across the cosmos. A story of guts, gore, redemption, and lost love. Whoops. This brand new miniseries will be a roller coaster romp in the world of the eponymous video game. High on Life. We got so many different covers. We got Baltimore Rivas on A. Kit Willis. That's pretty cool. This very nice cover by somebody. It's game art. Then Bailey Underwood. We get a blank sketch cover and this super cool Kit Wallace cover. It is High on Life #1 from Titan Comics. Over at Udon Entertainment, they're putting out a new one-shot, Street Fighter Masters Game Gals. That's right, Street Fighter Masters Game Gals #1. Sakura squares off against the lovely ladies of Street Fighter, battling Ibuki, Rainbow Mika, Chun-Li, and more. What has turned these iconic game gals against one another? Plus a bonus story starring everyone's favorite Korean kickboxing mercenary, Juri. This is Street Fighter Masters Game Gals #1 with a cover by Andrea Confresco and this B cover by Tovio Rogers. And before we get into the Marvel #1s, we just got a few posters to point out. I guess I could have left this for the last. Oh well, here we go. These are all named July 2024 posters so far. But we got this one that reprints Deadpool #1 from Ed McGuinness art. Weapon Extraction. I think this is Simone Bianchi art, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe it's Paulo Sequeira. Who did this cover? It's a mystery. We'll never solve it. The cover of Spider-Man Reign Volume 2. by Carrie Andrews gets this cool poster for $8.99 rolled. And X-Force #1 gets this poster. Who did that cover? Steven Segovia? It sure did. And X-Men gets a poster for #1 as well. That's cool. All available on July 3rd. And let's see, on FOC, the last spotlight for today is Venomverse Reborn. This is a one-shot. This is a 32-page one-shot for $4.99, kind of helping to encapsulate and spin out all the Venomverse storylines. The darkest web is respun. Dive back into the darkness as the Venomverse is reborn with stories of symbiotes from across the multiverse. First, Benjamin Percy and Brian Lavelle spin a tale of the murder of the Earth's mightiest heroes by one of their own. But who? Then, Christos Gage drags Venom from Insomniac Games' Marvel's Spider-Man 2 video game across the Venomverse to take on Null. And all the while, Al Ewing and Danilo Bayruth set the stage for the tales spinning out of the ongoing Venom series, featuring a host of different covers. We got the Derek Chew cover. This is the A cover from Tony Daniel, the Derek Chew cover, which is also maybe available as a foil. I don't know. And then a Lionel Francis Yu connecting variant. Interesting. And finally, a Salvador LaRocca cover to wrap up our focus on #1s for the final order report. Thank you so much for watching the final order report with me today. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh well. That works. Look, there we are. This final order report is brought to you from Green Brain Comics every weekend in advance of the final order cutoff. Please get your orders in by Sunday at 5 p.m. Also, do keep it on your schedule. This coming Monday, May 20th, is Brain Candy number 56, a free review of music, prose, poetry, and visual art. Let's show you the trailer for that. Screwed that up. All right, maybe I can advance it. That's right, folks. Brain Candy is brought to you by the Emerging Writers Network and Green Brain Comics, presented every third Monday of the month for absolute free inside Green Brain Comics at 7 p.m. Also, welcome back. Come back to our YouTube channel on Tuesday at 6:30 for our weekly live preview of New Comic Day. That is Brain Scan, hosted by Katie Merritt with cameraman Dan. And of course, do check out the store on Wednesday, May 22nd. We got all the new comics hitting the shelves. I'm very excited to read the conclusion of Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider gets a new series, and White Boat launches from Scott Snyder and Francisco Francavilla over at Distillery. That does it for me, folks. Do remember to get your orders in. The deadline for final order report is this Sunday, May 19th at 5 p.m. Please remember to confirm the items in your cart by 5 p.m. And thank you very much for joining me on Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All at Instagram, we are Green Brain CMX. Yeah. All the links to our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are below in the description. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.